What's going on, film fans? Thomas L. here, and in theaters this week is the new film called Papillon, which is a remake of I think it's 60s or 70s. I think it was 60s. Film with Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. The remake, of course, stars Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy and Rami Malek from Mr. Robot fame. And of course, the film is a prison flick, so have me think of what are some of the top 10 best prison movies? Alright, without further ado, here is my top 10 favorite prison movies. At number 10, I'm going to go with Escape Plan, which which was an awesome action flick that starred two of the heavyweight action stars of all time, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. This movie was such a fun flick. I really liked Schwarzenegger and Stallone both in this. You also have people like 50 Cent, Jim Caviezel, Amy Ryan, Sam Neill, Vincent D'Onofrio. Good supporting cast you back around, but I gotta say, Escape Plan is such a fun flick to watch. Like, it came out in 2013, and I kind of didn't really expect it to be all that good, to be honest with you, but I went into it because it has Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and hey, those two are two of the best action stars ever. And man, did I have a fun time! Like, it's not a great film, it's just a fun thrill ride that, like, if you want to watch like maybe a dumb action thriller, definitely check out Escape Plan. There's also a straight to DVD sequel with Stallone and Dave Bautista, which I haven't seen yet, but I have not heard good things. So hope maybe whenever I get a chance, I'll pop it in and maybe check it out. And they're also like doing a third Escape Plan, which is coming to DVD. So I'll probably check that one out too. The sad part is no Anna, but hey, Stallone still was awesome. All right. At 9 is the comedy The Longest Yard. Now, I'm actually going to add the Adam Sandler one. I know lots of people prefer the Burt Reynolds one, which I also dig too. I really like the Burt Reynolds film. But to be honest, I really enjoyed the Adam Sandler Longest Yard remake slightly more. I mean, Sandler was really funny in this. I mean, you also had Chris Rock, Nelly, of course, the original Longest Yard himself, Burt Reynolds was in this. You had the likes of Tracy Morgan, a couple of NFL and even wrestlers are in this. I really love the Adam Sandler one. Of course, I'm biased because I am a pretty big Adam Sandler guy. And of course, I mean, Sandler's no Burt Reynolds, but I really thought he did his best in this. If you haven't really seen the original Longest Yard or even the Adam Sandler one, I say definitely check them both out. Number 8 will be the Michael Bay film Con Air. Pretty much, it's more of a prison in the sky. You got like Nicolas Cage with cool ass hair. Oh, this is not a Michael Bay film. My bad. Anyway, I keep thinking this film's a Michael Bay film for some reason. I mean, you also had the likes of John Cusack, John Malkovich, Ving Rhames, even Dave Chappelle, Steve Buscemi, Dan Trejo. This is such a guilty pleasure of mine. It's not a great movie by any means, but it's a fun, dumb, action-packed flick. And I mean, come on. It's Nicolas Cage with crazy hair, being well Nick Cage. What more could you ask for? Like if you have not seen Con Air, do yourself a favor. Check out Con Air. You'll definitely love it. You'll probably either love it or not love it. I mean, some people are usually on and off with this movie, but I say give Con Air a go. It's a real blast. At number 7 is the 1998 film American History X, which starred Ed Norton. American History X is a really good movie. Ed Norton gave. This is probably one of Ed Norton's best performances he's ever given. He's also so darn unrecognizable here. Like when you see Ed Norton now, you're not gonna recognize him in American History X. Like the film's based on a true story, and man, this film is actually a little tough to watch at times. It is pretty, brutal. Also, like it also has great performances. Check out American History X if you haven't. Crazy to believe that's turning 20 this year. That's really hard to believe. At at number 6 is number 6. At number 6 is The Rock. Now this is a Michael Bay movie. Like it's probably one of Michael Bay's best flicks. It's super fun. It's very cheesy. Good cast. I mean, you got the aforementioned Nicolas Cage. Another Nick Cage movie on my list. You got Sean Connery. You also got the like of Ed Harris, David Morris, William Forsythe, John C. McClane, Gimli, Tony Todd, Bokeem Woodbine. Such a good cast, and like they're pretty much there's pretty much like in the film there's like a gas from Alcatraz that's draining like San Francisco. Such a fantastic movie. If you want to like watch another good action 90s flick, The Rock is one you'll probably enjoy. Gotta say, I kind of wish Sean Connery would make a comeback. He was awesome in these type of flicks. But definitely check out The Rock. At number 5 is the 1963 film The Great Escape, which is about like Allied prisoners at war planned for several hundred of their numbers to escape from a German camp during World War II. This is technically like Prison really. The Great Escape is a classic. Now, it has the likes of Steve McQueen, James Garner, Richard Attenborough, Charles Bronson was in this. This was like the Expendables of the 80s, really. Not the 80s, I'm at 60s, my bad. But check out Great Escape. It's such a classic film to watch. It's classic cinema. Steve McQueen, of course, at the height of his career, was amazing in this film. Definitely a good flick to watch. Check out Great Escape. I think you'll appreciate it. At number 3 will be number 3 will be The Green Mile, which is of course based on a book by Stephen King, and it's pretty much about the lives of guards on death row are affected by one of their charges. Pretty much, it's about like a black man who's accused of child murder and rape, yet who has like a really mysterious gift. It's directed by who's this again? Oh, Frank Darabont. I keep thinking of it's either Darabont or Marsh. I always get the two names mixed up for some reason. But Frank Darabont also directed another Stephen King adaptation that's set in a prison that's going to be on my list here in a bit. Keep your eye out for that one. Green Mile is such a good movie. You know, it's really good cinema. It came out in 1999. Next year, it'll be 20 years old. So pretty much now it's 19 years old. Whew, it's been that long. The late, great Micah Clarke Duncan was fantastic in this. If I'm not mistaken, I think he probably either won an Oscar for this performance or got nominated. I gotta double check, but I mean, also you got like the likes of you also got the likes of Tom Hanks, David Morris, who's on my list twice really. You got Bonnie Hunt, James Cromwell, Micah Jeter, Sam Rockwell, Barry Pepper, Patricia Clarkson, the late great Harry Dean Stanton was in this. Such a fantastic movie, you know. It had some high caliber performances in this. You know, if he wasn't nominated, I think Michael Clarke Duncan should have at least won, like, or something. But man, I miss that guy, Michael Clarke Duncan. R.I.P. Man, he was the best. Anyway, definitely check out The Green Mile. It's fantastic, and probably bring some tissues because you will cry when you're watching this movie. There's literally not a tear in like a dry eye in the world if you're not watching this movie. At number 2 will be another 60s classic, and that will be the 1967 film Cool Hand Luke, which is about like a laid-back Southern man who is sentenced to 2 years in a rural prison but refuses to conform. It's a classic, you know. Paul Newman gave one of his best performances in this. You also got the late George Kennedy. Some pretty good actors from that time, you know. This movie is a little intense, but it's really fantastic. It came out like in the 60s, and I think it probably still holds up. Like TCM will usually show the film once in a while. It'll still be shown on TV a couple times here and there. Definitely, if you have not had a chance to check out Cool Hand Luke, give it a go. Like if you want to watch another 60s cinema classic film, I say give Cool Hand Luke a go. And Paul Newman, that guy is definitely a mess, you know. He was iconic in, you know, old films, you know. But definitely check out Cool Hand Luke. I think you'll probably appreciate it. And at number 1, is no surprise. That is The Shawshank Redemption, one of the greatest motion pictures to ever be put on screen. I mean, the chemistry and bonding between Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman sold this movie. You know, they both gave amazing performances. Love their chemistry. This is another Stephen King adaptation movie set in prison that's also directed by Frank Darabont. So he has a thing with Stephen King adaptations based like set in prison. I mean, Shawshank Redemption is probably maybe in my top 10 or top 20 favorite motion pictures of all time. It's a classic, you know. It didn't want, I believe it got nominated, but it didn't really win. Forrest Gump won, which I guess is okay because Forrest Gump is awesome. And believe it or not, Shawshank Redemption, even though it's considered the greatest motion pictures of all time, believe it or not, it actually did not do well in the box office. I was literally surprised when I once saw that flop. I'm like, this is a fantastic movie. How? Well, I guess if it got released today, it probably would have done better, to be honest with you. But eh, at least it's still a classic. The movie still holds up. It's referenced in a lot of stuff. I mean, Family Guy spoofed Shawshank Redemption. I actually saw Shawshank Redemption back in theaters back in I think 2014 or 15, I believe, when AMC had the AMC Classic program. Seeing it on the big screen was a joy. It's always great to see classic movies like this on the big screen because I mean I was pretty young when Shawshank came out, so I couldn't really see it in theaters when it got released. But having the chance to literally capture that moment, to watch this film on the big screen is just joy. And this movie it really gets you. Like it's fantastic. If you still haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's such a classic film. All right. Anyway, that's my top 10 favorite prison movies. Let me run down the list. Number 10, Escape Plan. 9, The Longest Yard. 8, Con Air. 7, American History X. 6, The Rock. 5, The Great Escape. 4. I missed 4. Number 4 would be Escape to Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood. God damn, I can't believe I skipped that. I guess I wanted to talk about Green Mile so much. Anyway, but 4 is Escape to Alcatraz, so that's number 4. Anyway, number 3 is Green Mile. 2 is Cool Hand Luke, and number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. Anyway, that's my for prison movies. What would be your favorite prison movies? Like, there's tons of other ones I could have gone with. I could have gone with the original Papillon. That was pretty good. There's probably others I could have maybe gone with. But I mean, I'll leave it to you guys. What is your favorite prison movie? Do you have a favorite? Which prison movie that's not on the list you will actually add? Yeah, leave your comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This year is Tom's Out signing off.